Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, holds a record in the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition. Actually, the series holds 7 records, but Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy, the first game, holds the record for being the first seamless 3D world in a console game. The engine for Jak and Daxter was created from the ground up specifically for the game, which was unusual for most games because, most games rely on third-party engines like Unreal. When you look at Naughty Dog, when you look at Guerrilla with Decima, these internal teams are sharing technology, and that's why I believe that they're able to push console gaming forward, specifically on PlayStation from a first-party standpoint. That engine that Naughty Dog created for the Jak and Daxter series was called Goal, which was only ever used for the Jak and Daxter series. The engine had to be capable of rendering a seamless, connected, open-world environment. They also developed a fully articulated character to examine the engine's efficiency before presenting the idea to Sony Computer Entertainment following the completion of Crash Team Racing. The aim of the new title was to break away from the linear approach taken in Crash Bandicoot, with minimal story and character development and individually loaded levels. In a behind-the-scenes special by Naughty Dog, it was revealed that a new blend animation had been utilized for the game, allowing for smoother frame rate and animation, and Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, was revealed at E3 in June 2001. The budget was $14 million, and the development cycle lasted nearly 3 years. At the time, they managed to create a fully interactive world and conceived a narrative that would allow for more meaningful character development. That's the thing that really drew me into this game specifically when it was announced. I love platformers, but I loved the idea that Sony was pushing, and that was story in their games. Large worlds, characters that had meaning. They really paid attention to that, and it made you really want to identify with these characters and look for the sequels and invest your time and your money in their products and their games. So there are so many different worlds to explore, and again, it's all in an open world environment, the first ever in a console video game. You've got melee attacks, and there's this substance called eco, and it can be manipulated to enhance your abilities. There's different colored eco having different effects. Red eco enhances the damage dealt and yields 1 impervious to damage from dark eco crates. Blue eco allows the player to move faster, jump slightly higher, move slightly farther using attacks, attract green eco and precursor orbs, and operate certain color-coded machines. Green eco is used to restore health, while yellow eco allows the player to shoot fire from the character's hands, which can be done from the hip or using a scope. A hover bike called the Zoomer and a large bird known as a flute are also available for transportation and to gain access to hard-to-reach places. The bird also has the ability to attack. Power cells and precursor orbs are required to advance the story in the Precursor Legacy, while completing story-related missions and collecting precursor orbs unlocks new locations and allows the player to unlock certain secrets in all subsequent entries. So how was Jak and Daxter received? All of the games in the industry? Well, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy on Metacritic was a 90 out of 100. Jak 2 was an 87 out of 100. Jak 3 was an 84 out of 100. Jak X Combat Racing, which I did not like myself, was a 76 out of 100. Daxter, 85 out of 100. Jak and Daxter The Lost Frontier, 71 out of 100 on the PSP, 72 out of 100 on the PS2, and the Jak and Daxter Collection on the PS3 got an 81 out of 100, and on the Vita got a 67 out of 100. The physical and digital copies combined, the entire franchise has sold over 15 million games worldwide as of April 2017. While I was doing some research for this game and just thinking back to my own experiences, I found something very interesting, and it was from a reviewer over at Eurogamer a long time ago, and something that he said really shows the evolution of Naughty Dog and Sony and their strategy in general from this game, this series, all the way to today. He said the Jak and Daxter trilogy represents a shining example of what happens when a capable developer takes a huge risk. When you think about Naughty Dog having to create their own engine to push the PlayStation 2, to just push this genre forward, and You look at how other studios are relying on third-party engines. Not that they're not capable. The Unreal Engine looks fantastic, especially the new one this generation. But I like the idea of internal developers, first-party developers, taking a piece of hardware from the parent company and really trying to unlock everything that they possibly can just on that specific platform. And the idea of creating brand new engines for specific pieces of hardware continues today. You look at Horizon Zero Dawn and Guerrilla with the Decima engine created to push the PlayStation to its limits, and then sharing that engine with Kojima for Death Stranding, and all of the tweaks that he did with that engine translated back to Guerrilla for Horizon Forbidden West. And you look at what Insomniac is doing with Ghost of Tsushima, you just get a sense that that has to be the magic that Sony's figured out. They figured out that instead of relying on everyone else's engine and scaling it to your platform, why not take advantage of your internal teams? Why not squeeze your specific hardware in ways that many others won't? Because you can just develop a game for everything, or you can hyper focus in on the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 3 or 4 or even the PlayStation 5's specific strengths. You look at Final Fantasy VII coming, Rebirth. It's utilizing the SSD. The specific SSD on the PlayStation 5 is being used to make that game even better. I like that idea. And when you look back to games like Jak and Daxter, you can really see that strategy moving along throughout the years, throughout the hardware, and we're still seeing it happen today, and I love it. I love this game so much. You can play it right now on your PlayStation 5. I would like it to look a little bit better, give it a better treatment, maybe HDify it, fix the frame rate a little bit, just update it a little, because this is one of those games that's so important to the history of the entire industry, to the history of the genre of platformers, and the history of Sony and PlayStation. Now, I'm super happy that I can still play Jak and Daxter. All of the games are available on the PlayStation Store for the PlayStation 5, and I love that platformers are still a relevant genre. Take a look at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Again, that technology being utilized in-house to push the specific platform forward. A fantastic platformer. Psychonauts 2 is a fantastic platformer. I love that this genre is alive and still thriving, and console gamers everywhere can appreciate the past, look to games in the present, and really get excited about games in the future. So that's going to be it for the video. I wanted to give you a little bit of a history lesson on the Jak and Daxter series. I also wanted to make it known that this game actually introduced the first fully 3D open world on console. It's such an important title. You should check it out. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.